In this video, I'm going to walk you through the materials prep for Lesson 3 of Unit P1. So first of all, you have some handouts that you'll need to print out. There is a reading, the underground power lines. This can actually be provided digitally if you use an LMS. Engineering design tracker. Now this is different than the progress tracker. You might want to consider how you want to do this. Do you want to combine them? But there's different headings to the columns. It's more through the lens of engineering. And this is the lesson where we introduce criteria, constraints, and a bunch of things about engineering. And so we're starting to think about a final solution here in Lesson 3. So you got to keep track of it along the way. One thing that I've done with teachers in the past is we create an engineering notebook. And this is something we kind of do as research. So all of these lessons are contributing to the research phase of the engineering design process. So you can add ideas into an engineering notebook. And that's one idea on how to do this. Of course, you'll need some paper for exit tickets. The one I like the most is at the end where they're thinking about where to go next. It's a navigation strategy. Energy transfer scenarios. This is a handout that you will print out for students to diagram energy transfer in a few different scenarios. And then electricity demand forecast, you're looking at some graphs. Now, I will tell you the graphs are very, very light color. One thing that I have heard from teachers and that I've done in handouts is you export it into Word, and then you can adjust the color of the images in a Word document or in a PowerPoint. So something you might want to do is export this and adjust the colors, especially if you're going to print black and white, you want to change it to a grayscale. However, the electricity production, same issue, but you've got two lines you're dealing with. One is going to be the energy demand. The other one's going to be the production, whether or not it met that demand. These two lines are very hard to see, especially when one kind of overlaps the other. So I do suggest you export this in Word, adjust your color schemes. I have adjusted this one in the deep dive storyline so you can see what the handout will look like. But this is just something to think about. Discussion mapping tool, if you're ready to map who participates in a discussion, this is a great tool, but I'm not going to go over it, but it is in your Google Drive. Now, there's no investigation to prepare for, but there is a website you can use. It's optional. As you're talking about the supply and demand in this article right here, you're going to have a discussion that follows. And one thing you can put in that discussion is looking at the U.S. Energy Information Administration website and going through the types of energy and supply and demand in your own area. So you might want to play with this and see if that's something you want to include when you are facilitating that discussion about supply and demand using that handout right there. So that's it. All right. If you make anything that helps other people, put a link to it in the discussion so that we can help each other out. All right. Good luck with Lesson 3.